Hello everyone, we are graphing piecewise functions and we are given that the domain of the piecewise function is all real numbers expressed as the interval from negative infinity to positive infinity. We are to graph the function defined by two functions, f of x equals 1/4 x squared if x is less than 2, 2x minus 1 if x is greater than 2. So as we did in previous videos, I recommend identifying this on a number line. So less than 2 means that we're going to select values to the left of 2 and we're keeping them small, so I'll suggest 1, 0. But since this is a quadratic function, I recommend that we also include negative values of x, such as -1 and -2. So the values that we are selecting for x are starting at 2, and this value is open because it doesn't have an equal bar in the inequality. So it will be 2, 1, 0, -1, and 2. And again, I like to emphasize that the first point will be an open point. Then the function is defined as 1/4 x squared. So this is we're going to replace the values of x, 1/4 times 2 squared. This will become 1/4 times 4, that equals 1. The second point, 1/4 times 1 squared. This is 1/4 times 1 equals 1/4. Third point, 1/4 times 0 squared equals 0. 1/4 times -1 squared. This is equal to 1/4 times 1 equals positive 1/4. 1/4 times -2 squared. This is 1/4 times positive 4 equals 1. So we're going to plot those points 2, 1 when x is 2. Let me show you the graph. So when x is 2, y is 1, it will be an open circle. When x is 1, y is 1/4. We'll have to estimate that point. When x is 0, y is 0. Every point will be solid after that. -1, 1/4, estimated. -2, 1, -2, positive 1. So we'll start an open circle and the graph will continue to be defined towards negative values of x. The next graph that we are going to do, remember that we start at 2 in this one. And let me show you that part illustrated with a number line. We're going to start at 2. It's going to be closed because this has an equal bar. This is a line because the highest exponent is 1. And it has the form of y equals mx plus b. And we're choosing values that are 2 or more. So in this case, I recommend that we do 3 and 4. There isn't a need to select more than 2 points. And again, the third point is a checkpoint into the equation 2x minus 1. 2 times 2, subtract 1, 4 minus 1, 3. 2 times 3, subtract 1, 6 minus 1 is 5. 2 times 4, subtract 1, this is 7. We'll plot the points 2, 3. X is 2, y is 3. And again, this point will be closed because of the equal bar. Second point, 3, 5. Third point, 4, 7. 4, 7. But again, the graph will continue towards infinity from the starting point. So that is your piecewise. This is your piecewise function. This was the second piece of the line, and this is a piece of the parabola or quadratic function. So now we are to find the range. So remember that for the range, I recommended using a pen or pencil. And the graph starts as soon as you start seeing the pink. So the graph starts with at y equals 0. Again, the range are the y values. Y equals 0 all the way towards infinity. This gap doesn't really exist. It's covered by the quadratic function, and this point becomes solid in terms of identifying the values for the range. So the range is going to be starting at 0 for the y and going towards positive infinity.